Speak in networking, because networks options, that is called NSG, Network Security Group. So last day we have done the VPN, that is site to site. Prior to that we have done point to site. Okay, but now NSG, Network Security Group, you can use an Azure Network Security Group to filter network traffic. Like all these port, if you attach network security group in your system or subnet, by default it will block all the traffic. Okay, so here you can use an Azure Network Security Group to filter network traffic to and from Azure resources in an Azure virtual network. A network security group contains security rules that allow or deny inbound network traffic to or outbound network traffic from several types of Azure resources. Each rule you can specific source and destination, path and protocol. Like say you are you are creating one virtual machines and you have a couple of virtual machines. So whenever you are attaching the network security groups, you will not even take the virtual machine over remote. They are by default blocking. Meaning, even to say firewall having some intelligence, which traffic need to block, which traffic not. But network security group is basically dump and it easily blocked all the traffics. Okay, as default.
So they follow ACL, means which traffic needs to bypass.
No. That kind of intelligence they don't have actually. That actually intelligence have on firewall. Okay. So basically NSG is basically dump. He by default block all the stuffs. And where you can add the NSG, you can add the NSG on subnet, you can add the NSG on networks. Okay, you can add the NSG on services, endpoint, everywhere. Clear? So here just see that
the advantages of NSG.
Advantages actually advantages is by default it is block all the traffic. So until and unless administrator allow the inbound rule, no one can access the server or no one can access the services. Okay, so here you can filter out based on the specific inbound and outbound profit. Okay, clear? Inbound port, port I'm telling, yes. Basically there is a two option. One is web ASG, network security. I mean this in web application you can create one web application and you can filter out the traffic based on this network security group. Clear?
Okay.
Next is how network security groups filter network traffics. How network security groups filter a network traffic. You can use an Azure Network Security to filter network traffic to end from Azure resources in an Azure virtual networks. A network security group contains security rules that allow or deny inbound network traffic to or outbound network traffic from several types of Azure resources. For each rule, you can specify source and destination port and protocols. You can deploy resources from several Azure services into an Azure virtual network. For complete list, see services that can be deployed into a virtual networks. You can associate 0 or 1 network security groups to each virtual network subnet. And network interface is a virtual machine. The same network security group can be associated to as a mini subnet and network interface as you choose. The following, see that picture, is illustrate different scenario for how network security group might be deployed and allow network security from any internet over TCP port. So the first subnet, whenever you have a two different virtual machines. Okay. Now in this same subnet, you can attach NSG in NICAD or you can attach NSG in subnet. Okay. Clear?
So what if, I'm just trying to understand what is the difference between basic firewall and NSG.
Okay.
Azure NSG.
For your information, what is firewall? Firewall basically, it is a type of firewall. I mean, for your information, it is a type of firewall. Okay. So firewall basically not only block your traffic, firewall not only block your firewall also having intelligence netting, fire also having intelligence access control, fire also having intelligence to filter out traffics. Okay, this kind of intelligence that have firewall. Even firewall can monitor malicious junk traffics. Let's say any of the servers having excess number of traffic suddenly spike. So firewall having that intelligence, and he will verify that server's last 10 days, this hour, it was quite normal, but today it is too much of spike. What exactly the things? Then he send mail to administrator. So observing certain malicious traffic on this particular server. Then the administrator and team will check that particular. So these kind of intelligence firewall have. But NSG is basically dumb. By default, Azure instructed that you can disable all port. Because whenever I will allow you to add it in NSG, you will not be allowed until and unless will create the inbound and outbound rule. You will basically block all those stuffs. Clear? Until and unless, because see, generally NSG is the part of Azure security. Got my point? Now, in Azure security, you will know very well which port you need to add, which port not. Let's say you want to block certain port. Okay, you want to block certain port from your Azure, that this particular port you won't use, and neither your server will be communicated. Then how will you do that? How will you do that? Do you have any options?
No. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, just a minute. Let me check. Yes, received. Thank you. Okay, fine. मैं ग्रुप में ऐड कर ले रहा हूँ तुमको, ठीक है? Okay. So now understand what is the difference between firewall and NSG.
Got it.
So basically,
firewall is basically advanced.
Firewall is advanced. NSG doesn't have any rule. Hello? हाँ बोलो. हेलो, साउंड सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, थोड़ा जोर से बताओ. हेलो, नहीं मैं भी मतलब क्लास ले रहा हूँ. टेल मी. मैं भी क्लास ले रहा हूँ. तुम्हारा सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, बात एकदम सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. ठीक है, मैं जब फ्री होऊंगा मैं तुमको बताऊंगा. ठीक है, ओके. নতুন একটা ছেলে, কি বলবো আর. সেলাদুরার হার্টে ব্লক আছে, ও হসপিটালে ভর্তি হয়েছে. দ্যাটস হোয়াট আই heart block. His age is only 38 now. Anyway, operation has done successful, so maybe, but restriction is required now. And that is a problem. Okay, now our next slide is, you understand how network security group filter and network traffics. By default, all port is blocked. All port they will block until and unless you allow it. See, right here I'm telling you the different way you can block. So first of all, you can block from NIC card end, you can block from network subnet end, different gateway end, and only specific server end. Everywhere you can attach NSG. Clear? One thing we will learn here, that is intra subnet traffic. What is intra subnet traffic? It's important to note that security rules in NSG associated to a subnet can affect connectivity between VM within it. For example, if a rule is added to NSG1 which is denies all inbound and outbound traffic, VM1 and VM2 will no longer be able to communicate with each other. Clear?
It's important to note that NSG associated subnet between VMs, two VMs, VM1 and VM2, NSG between the two VMs. That means they will not able to connect. If I ping from VM1 to VM2, it will be RTO.
Okay. VM1 and VM2 will no longer able to communicate with each other. Another rule would have to be added specially to allow this.
Like Internet Explorer, we have basic settings on this side to allow.
So here you need to add everything in NSG.
Okay.
NSG basically, do you know Windows Firewall? Does Windows Firewall need intelligence? No.
No.
It will block every traffic.
Yes.
So until and unless you allow them, or does it make sense? The same things Azure created here as a network security group. Got it?
Got it.
Now it's telling you can easily view the aggregated rule applied to network interface by viewing the effective security rule for network interface. You can also use the IP flow verify capability in Azure Network Watcher to determine whether communication is allowed to from network interface. IP flow verify tells you whether communication is allowed or denied. Which network security rule allows or denied the traffic.
Okay.
Next is security rule. This in our network security group we have certain security rules. So the first security rules, it's name. First of all, you create your security rule with name. A network security group contains 0 or as many rules as desired. Azure subscription limit, each rule specifies the following properties. Like name A. Name a unique name within network security groups. Like you are creating one inbound rules. So you have to segregate them by name, right? Second thing is priority. It's called the priority. Which rules will apply first, which will apply later on. So number between 100 and 4096, these are the priority can use. Rules are processed in priority order with lower numbers, processed before higher numbers. So that means, let's say you have a two network security, one priority is 100, another one is 200. Now tell me, which one will apply first?
100 will apply first.
Because lower number will be highest priority.
Right.
One traffic matches a rule, processing stop. As a result, any rules that exist in the lower priorities, higher number, that have the same attributes as a rule with higher priorities are not processed.
And
Direction.
100 to 4096.
That are the port range. That's the port range.
Port range, right.
In this port range, let's say 80 is the internet. Web traffic. 443 is the secure web traffic. SSL. Like 143 is the SQL server traffic. Like SMTP 25.
25.
So all ports will be covered in this entire range.
Okay. So POP3 was 110, na? POP3?
Oh, but not those are not working. Because everyone Outlook is using the different things.
Yeah, Outlook is now embedded into 365.
Earlier it was using POP, IMAP. Okay, now it's port range. You can specify an individual or range of ports. For example, you could specify 100, you could specify 80 or 1000 or 1005. Specifying ranges enables you to create fewer group created through the resource manager. Deployment model. You cannot specify multiple port or port changes the same security rule. Because in that case, if you have a multiple port, then you have to create multiple NSG. Okay.
Okay.
In action options, you can do allow or deny. That will be a more actionable. Either you can allow it or you can block it by using deny. Clear?
Okay.
Next is what? Network security group security rules are evaluated by priority using the 5 tuple information. What is 5 tuple information? Source, source port, destination, destination port, and protocols. These are the, based on this tuple information, NSG works. Let's say, give some example. In that, we will create one project. That's we have one jump server. From this jump server, you can normally connect web server and database server. But you create one NSG that your database server will no longer take remote web server, and your web server will no longer take your database server. Clear? So in that case, you will block the server based on this server IP or server name, like that. Clear?
This come again, this one, the server range 80 or 10,000, 10,005.
You can specify an individual or range of port. This is the port range I am telling you. For example, you could specify 80 or 1000 or 1005. It's a range now. The specifying range enables you to create fewer security rules. Argumented security rules can only be created in network security groups created through the resource manager. Deployment model. You cannot specify multiple ports or port ranges in the same security rule in the network security groups created through the classic deployment model. In the classic deployment model, you have options to create different rule, allow or deny. Okay. Now in network security groups, network security group, security rules are evaluated by priority using the 5 tuple information: source, source port, destination, destination port, and protocols to allow or deny the traffic. You may not create 2 security rules with the same priority and direction. A flow record is created for existing connection. Communication is allowed or denied based on the connection state and flow record. The flow record allows the network security groups to be stateful. If you specify an outbound security rule to any address over port 80, for example, it's not necessary to specify an inbound security rule for those responsible for outbound traffic. You only need to specify the inbound security rule if communication is initiated externally. The opposite is one also true. If inbound traffic is allowed over the port, it's not necessary to specify an outbound security rule to respond the traffic over the port. That means, let's say we have created one web server. Okay. Now you published one page inside the web server. Now tell me which port I will enable. So then you will get the web server service. Tell me, inbound or outbound?
Inbound, no?
No, inbound I'm taking the server remote, but actually I'm getting the web server service from that particular server, so it will be outbound, right?
Okay.
Great. So in that case, it is mentioning that to me inbound, if you enabled on inbound, that doesn't mean it will affect on outbound. So you have to enable outbound as well. Okay.
Both inbound and outbound. Okay.
Next is existing connection may not be let's say you are doing any sort of modification. Let's say you are doing any sort of modification in NSG, an existing connection may not be interrupted when you remove a security rules that enables the flow. Traffic flows are interrupted when connection is stopped and traffic is flowing in either direction for at least a few minutes. Few minutes it will problem. Clear? Now these are the default security rule. Inbound, by default inbound it is allow. Now allow Azure load balance. This is basically normal inbound rule, default inbound rule. The first is priority 6500, which is on the lowest priority. This virtual networks, it's source port 0 to 65535 and destination from any allow. Allow Azure load balancing port. This is also a default port, and deny all port. Clear?
Clear.
This is the default security rules, and this is the outbound security rules.
I see one background noise. I think mic or
Actually, fan is moving. Fan is moving.
Okay.
Any problems happen?
No, fine. Yeah.
Okay. So it's outbound. These are the default security group. Okay. So next, what happened? These are the basic theoretical part for our NSG. Clear?
Clear. Lab practice and execution. Okay, that port assigning ports and all.
Exactly. We will go and create the NSG. So first of all, we will create one virtual machine, and without NSG I will create it, and then I will show you with the NSG what could be the difference. So that is my usage till now, 148 rupees. Okay, let's create one resource group. NSG or let's say RG1. Creating on East US. Okay. Now next what I need to do, I will go and create a virtual machines.
Okay.
My server name is web app. Okay.
Okay. Middleware.
By default it is captured the East US. No availability options I'm taking. Security type, it's standard. I'm using Windows Server
Does Azure support Linux VMs? Linux VMs also?
Yeah, Linux, SUSE, Mac, CentOS, all these things you are showing now, all will be support.
Okay.
All will be support here. Ubuntu, SUSE, Oracle, Linux, VM, Debian, all will be there.
Samba servers also, no? Samba, Linux.
If it is operating system, Samba is actually not the operating system. Samba is actually a share.
Share, Windows and Linux.
Exactly, Samba share. It's called Samba share. As far as I know, I do not have knowledge too much on Linux because that is totally different.
Yes.
So let's say, actually now Azure na hiding 2012 as of nowadays because that are going to decommission soon.
2012.
Very soon they are going to decommission, so that is why they are hiding, and it is the image is not only showing their own dashboard. Okay. Here, while you are creating, you have to allow HTTPS, whatever. Click on next disk. In network options, first of all, what I need to do, I am creating this machine without adding network security groups. By default, they are giving you basic, but is here a network security group contains security rules that allow or deny inbound traffic to or outbound traffic from the virtual machines to simplify the management security rules. It's recommended that you associated network security group to individual subnet rather than individual network interface within the subnet. So I am taking it by default no. Okay. Let's go and click on next.
Deployment complete.
Perfect. Now in this particular virtual machine, you go to that virtual machine, and normally you can easily connect that server over RDP. Now normally you can take the server RDP. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I need to do, I will install one Iis page, and to show you that both this can be accessible from the normal without NSG.
Okay.
In that case, what we need to do, click on next, here we will take web server. Perfect. Now we go to the C drive.
Okay.
Inet pub www root, and here okay, let's open it, notepad. This is my Azure site. Okay. Now I'm telling you, this could be accessible from the outer sites. Okay.
Okay.
If I open the, okay, let's open run and then put command inet mgr it's accessing the website inside the server.
Yes.
Now I will try to access the sites from external. How I do that? I will access this through my public IP. Clear?
225.112.240.
Yes, it's opening. Even you can access. Even if you put this IP in your browser, you can access it. Try this.
Okay.
Try this.
Let me put this from my browser. 2025.112.240. 2025.112.240. Yeah, this is my Azure site. Right. Yes.
Perfect. Now what happened? whenever NSG come into the picture, it will block at all times. Let's say I have stopped the, I have crossed my server connection. Then I am going to create network security groups. Here you will create network security groups. Okay. So as I told you that you have to select the correct same resource group, and it is called NSG1. Next tagging, next. And create. So fine, it's created. Now let's go to home, and then I'll go to my NSG, network security groups. So it is still under process. Yeah. So basically see that, as I told, inbound, outbound, this is a default rule and you cannot delete this. Got my point? Okay. So it is allow and deny whatever it is. You do not have any options to delete this. That's all are grey out. Got my point?
The delete option is grayed out.
Exactly.
Disabled.
Exactly. Now, as I told, the NSGU can be added in network interface or you can add it in the entire subnet. If you added this to an entire subnet, see inside that same VNet, how many machine will create, the NSG will be added by default. Clear?
Okay, okay.
So here, what I need to do, I will first show you through network interface. And then I will show you through subnet. So here, if you click on associated with which, like web app 980, that is my specific machine network card, not subnet. Okay, specific machine network card. So I am going to associate NSG on my specific machine network card, not for subnet. Even after this done, I will create another machine in the same subnet and I will tell you that NSG or not there. That machines you can take RDP, but not this machine, because you have attached the NSG on this particular machine subnet. Clear?
Clear, yeah.
Click on OK. Meanwhile, you can create another virtual machines. Okay.
Okay.
Same like web app, you can create another machines. Which machine I am telling you, in the same resource group, and that is my DB app.
Okay. State, before one question, before creating a VM first, I need to create a resource group first in cloud. Then I have to create.
Yes. As I told now, because here resource group is actually container, will hold all the resources. That is why it's called resource group. In that resource group, you can attach policy, like no one deleted my VM. You can lock the resource group, anything you want. Clear?
Got it.
Perfect. So Windows Server 2012 Gen 1. So username is root admin, So as it is, it will take my normal subnet, because in my whatever the I have created the same things, and by default I am taking its none.
NIC security. Okay, okay.
Let's click on next. Okay, now do the test.
Okay.
As I have attached web app, in the web app, if you go to there, networking, you will see that NSG was there. Okay, now if I go to DB app, networking, so as of now, no NSG,
Okay.
no NSG. This network interface does not contain network security groups. Perfect. Now I'll show you. If I let's log into that particular system, let's see what would be the problem. First I will connect. Did I get remote?
Remote desktop can't connect.
Okay.
Because it's blocking everything.
And now just try to open that URL. Will you be able to open?
Let me try. Open from this one. 2025 112240. No, it's not opening.
So
But no error message though.
yeah, no error message.
Can't reach the
It
page.
actually
Can't reach
yes,
the page.
because can't reach the page. It's a internet browser. Returning you the message. But
Correct.
network security groups, choice default, it will block all the port. Clear?
Timed out. Right.
Now see that I am connecting DB group in the same resource guard. Let's do it. Connect. It's connecting. Even if you configure IIS on it, you will also get services. Perfect. Now I am going to show you log off. Now what I'm going to do it, instead of attaching this NSG to a specific network, I will apply the NSG to the subnet. Clear?
Okay. For a particular specific IP range.
Subnet. I mean this subnet.
Okay, subnet. Okay.
What is my current subnet? So let's go to. That is a problem of Microsoft. Oh my God. Virtual network VNet. So this is my subnet range.
RG1 VNet.
That is my subnet range. 10, 16. Enter the block actually. This is enter the blocks. So I'm gonna attach the NSG over there. Clear?
Okay.
So in that case, my current, I have to go network security groups. Open it. Now, instead of going here, I am just remove it. So I will delete this. So in network security groups, I have discard.
Okay.
Clear? Now if I go to there,
Refresh.
no, it is not there. Okay, leave it. Then I am just going to delete this NSG one, and then I will create another NSG which I will apply to the subnet.
Okay.
It is not allow me to delete. Okay, do one things. Subnet, network interface card. Okay, open the network interface card. Network security groups. Discard. So after that, IP configuration. Now if I go to my virtual machine, networking, I have an NSG was there. Okay, so in that case,
Delete.
Because if it is applied, it will not allow you to move actually.
NSG1. Same subnet.
Network interface. Okay, let me check my network interface. Network RG1 VNet. Now I'm doing deassociate. Do you want to deassociate network interface? Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Now that was moved. Now again, quite it's normal that I can take the server over remote. Even you can get this IP address. Now you try it whether this you will get this link or not.
1025.112.240.
It will take some time because just now we have released the network security group.
2025.
So
They're still searching here.
yeah, so actually NSG is no longer there. Initially it will take some time, but after that, now let's take the server over remote and try it whether my RDP is working or not.
Okay.
See that RDP is working.
Yes. This is my Azure site. Also, I'm able to reach the site.
Okay, so let's check that you are able to reach the site or not. Yes, it's working. So it is take initially some time to after you remove, as I told you that PPT, that once ever you are associate or associate the NSG, 1 minute you will face the problems. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I shown you that how you create NSG and attached with specific NIC card. Now I will show you how you attach this NSG on this particular entire subnet. So what I need to do, go to again NSG, click on NSG1 and directly go to the subnet. Here click on associate. You only have this one subnet, right? RG1 VNet. What is default subnet? You will attach it. So this is your subnet. So now what happened? You take any system. Now you will take that. Will you take the system remote or not? None of the machine you will take the system in remote. Let's say I am doing this machine connect. But still it is not working. Well, you have to wait for some time. Subnet, associated, RG1. This is actually resource group. So you selected this one. So we have to wait for some time. Let's see. Yes. Now it is active.
Yes.
And you won't be take any system remote. Now web app I have done. Now you will go to DB app. Click on all machine within this subnet will be by default all port blocked. So be aware whenever you are doing the cloud operations, anyone tell you to kindly attach this subnet NSG to the specific subnet, it will be a major impact. Enter the subnet, how much servers are running, all will be damaged. I mean temporarily not accessible. Be careful. Don't blindly assign the subnet NSG to any specific subnet. Clear? Perfect. Now how I can enable the rules, which is called inbound rules or outbound rules. Let's first things I want to at least add RDP on this particular NSG, so that whenever I trying to connect the server, at least RDP port can be allowed. What is RDP port?
You want the RDP port, that one, no?
RDP, it's basically I think 3269
RDP port.
3389, sorry. So in that case, what you need to do? Go to home, network security groups, click on it. Here there is also called inbound security role. So you just here try to understand what exactly the things happening. You are pointing to the server, so that means towards inbound direction to the servers. Got it? Towards inbound direction.
I have to apply this for inbound, outbound both.
No. Not outbound. Outbound what? Outbound from services. That is why I have done this web page options. Okay, to let you know about this direction. Okay. Let's for understand, you are connecting the server towards server in direction, towards server direction, right? Is that okay to you now?
Redirecting to the server inbound port. Okay.
So let's go to the add. What I need to do? Source any. Source port range any. Destination is actually any. Services customs or RDP. Let's make it RDP. And it is allowing allow. Clear? Priority is 100. Fine, no problem. Click on add. Right now, how much rule you are showing? 3. 1 will be added. See that.
Board 8080.
Actually, this was by default created, so it was default name. Okay, default name will come, but instead of default name, you can make it as per your name. As I am getting here now, as I am taking services, that is why whatever the services name, it's coming. Clear?
Okay. Services.
Yeah. So now, as I told now, you can attach NSG services, endpoints, all those stuffs. And now, after wait for the 1 minute, that you have recently added inbound port. What port? 3389. That is RDP. Clear? Now we are expecting that we can take this server over remote, right? Let's see. One minute is over. Now go to there. Go to your virtual machine. Open your RDP. Web apps. Connect it. RDP. Download files. Connect it. Now it's RDP coming. Clear?
Yeah.
Perfect. And let's check another machine. Let's check another machine. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you can take the RDP at least 2 machines. That doesn't mean you will be able to take the URL. Try to access the URL once.
Okay, 2025 one, no? Okay.
Still not working, right?
Not able to reach.
Perfect. Not able to reach. So what is actionable? I will able to enter the port 80. Okay?
Yes.
Port 80 and 443. Because not 443 because I have not added the certificates, that servers. That URL. Let's say.
Okay.
So better to allow 443 and port 80. So in that case, what I need to do? Again, I will go to network security groups. Okay.
Okay.
Now where I have to go? I have to go outbound security rules. Clear? Here I will add source any, source port range any, destination any, services you need HTTP, and also services you need HTTPS. Sorry, HTTP. Let's make it HTTP. Okay. And it is for port HTTP. Make it add. Also, it may that 443 also enabled, so you can add 443 as well.
443. 443.
Let's wait till the services come here. Now here there is a problem. Problem means what? If the 443 will not work, then it will applying fast, then it is. So do one thing, make it the priority.
Okay.
uh, 110 is last, so make it 112.
112.
Did you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So now see that whenever I change the value, na, it will be on top. See that. Port HTTP is on top, right?
80, 81, right.
Ah. Now let's see. Wait for 1 minute to replicate the services. Perfect. Let's go to refresh and then try the same things. Okay, might be some internet cache, so open it from Chrome.
Okay.
Opening.
Let me refresh. No, still, it's still asking. Still looking for that site. 2020. No, still not opening. Sir.
Let's see if it is not opening, then we will do the troubleshooting.
Okay. No, can't reach the page.
Okay. So in that case, what we need to do, let's delete this too. Make it delete. Let's make it delete, and then we will create the new port accordingly. Excellent. Hold on, excellent. Just a minute, spare some moment. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I'm back. So let's do one thing. I will
Okay.
do. It is added in the subnet, right? Fine. So now what I need to do? Inbound. Go to outbound roles. Sorry, inbound rules. Let's refresh it. Then add source port whatever, destination port whatever, destination port range, services customs. HTTP, put it 90, see that. Okay, my fault is my fault, that is I am doing this rule on outbound, but it should be a inbound. Okay,
No. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
that I was doing wrongly, that is why it's not working. Okay, so
Okay.
inbound I have added the port 80. Now see that
80,
it's working. Clear?
Yes.
Now little bit idea about how NSG work.
Yes.
So next day we will do a lot of projects on this. I mean 3 projects we will do for this entire NSG practical. Then it will be completely clear your doubts.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Gone home.
So
Now
next day Silvadro will join or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just go. So then it's clear, right? Perfect. So let me delete the resource group. It's very pathetic actually. He's now 38 years old guy, and he's
Nowadays no guarantee. See what will happen nowadays after
because
this fourth
see
wave
generally I'm telling you now, because our food, office
lifestyle
stress, lifestyles is very, because lifestyle is getting changed due to office
and
and
stress.
and also people are always in stress. I have to done this works, I have a performance, I have appraisals, so many things are there now. That is why
So the lifespan is reducing.
that is why if you are keep running for the money, and money at the end is very painful actually. Okay,
Yes.
because that is why I have limited my earning. Because if I switch to some other organization, no, they will give a hell lot of package, I know, but side by side the implication, it will be huge. Okay, let's save the video.